Witamy w kolejnym odcinku PMM Talks. Dziś nadajemy z Tanzanii, a naszym gościem będzie dr Marijke Kingma, która pracuje tutaj od 2 lat. Dr. Marijke, I'm really glad that we can talk finally because I know you're really busy. Just to warm up, 3 short questions, okay? So let's start. I like Tanzanians for?
Their hospitality.
Helping for me is?
The best thing in the world.
And I chose to become a doctor because?
The helping again. I chose to become a doctor because I like helping people.
So let's see your story. In hospital you have a lot of things to do, but what brought you to Tanzania?
What brought me to Tanzania is just luck, but the fact that I chose this profession is that I really like working in Africa. I really like the challenges we work here, and I also really like teaching people, so that's what in the end brought us to Tanzania, because this is the place where I could get a job.
How was the reaction of your family?
I've known this since I was 5. I wanted to do something like this, so the reaction of my family was like, oh, finally she's going. The reaction of my husband's family has also been quite the same, because for years we've been preparing that we were planning to do this, so they're really supporting us.
So this is not the first time you went to Africa as a doctor?
Not the first time, but the first time it's been this long, for such a long time, that we really stayed for.
Okay, and where did you stay?
Mostly in Ghana. I've been a few times in Ghana and in Kenya.
Okay, so let's talk about Nyangao and Hospital of St. Wolfsburg. What kind of problems do you need to face with on a daily basis here?
On a daily basis, the problems for me, because I usually work in obstetrics and gynecology, of course are a bit different than doctors in other wards, but the problems I usually face is that people are coming in quite late, so the antenatal care for women is quite okay, but they don't always attend, so problems are really discovered late, like women with high blood pressure, twin pregnancies, so you're always 20 steps behind. So that's one of the biggest problems we are facing. And also another problem we are facing is shortage. So there's a shortage of everything. So you really have to think about, am I going to use this medicine for this patient or maybe for the next one? And the same with staff. Am I going to use this nurse to do this, or is it better for her to do that? What's more?
Why is that people are coming so late?
It's money. So they are struggling to travel. So that's a big problem, and also people are still relying a lot on traditional medicine. So they tend to try.
Like, for example, what traditional medicine?
Herbs, bones. I don't know.
Okay.
Weird, to me, weird things. To them, not. No, they really believe in healing powers of nature forces. So they tend to go to a traditional healer usually before they go to hospital. It's a bit different in pregnancy, then they tend to go to the hospital quite quickly, but with other diseases they usually go to the traditional healer first.
You are here almost 2 years. There's a huge amount of hours in hospitals, but also you have a lot of memories. Maybe do you remember the happy story in terms of saving someone, a mother or children?
My favorite story is about a pair of twins. So it's not a happy ending for the mother, but a happy ending for the children. No, I met a mother last year, and she was about 30 weeks pregnant, and then she was already having very severe high blood pressure. We started medication on her, and then somehow she got lost to follow-up. So when I saw her again, she was 9 months pregnant. She was really sick because of hypertension. We really had to work a lot to save the mother at that point. And we induced labor for her, because also she was pregnant with twins. She was pregnant with 2 very small babies who were not doing very well in this very sick mother. So they stayed after delivery. The mother recovered with a lot of help, and then the baby stayed in NICU for 2 weeks. So in the end they went home, and of course that's always a very happy moment. Unfortunately the mother came back and she died very soon after that. So then of course we had a problem. So we decided to start supporting those 2 babies. And now it's very nice to see those babies 6 months after sitting, starting to crawl, growing up. So for me, that's one of the best memories. So of course it's a very sad story, but that is really those three people have really touched my life.
Let's talk about the NICU where you work. How many women do you have during the week?
7 women. So some of them they stay for 5 days, some are staying for 2 weeks, but 7 to 10 women.
And usually they are content of this healthcare here in hospital. How does it look like?
They always say they're happy. Tanzanians will never say they are unhappy or they're not appreciating what you are doing. So usually they go through some phases. So the first day they're like, oh, I just delivered a child. Then the second and the third day they are like, don't touch me, what are you doing? I want to go home. And then they settle a bit. So I think most of them in the end, they are happy with the healthcare they're receiving. But
how PMM and Polish Aid equipment helps you in your work on a daily basis?
Tremendously. When I came here, I really like obstetrics, so I said I was happy that I could work in the obstetric ward, so in the labor ward. But then the doctor in charge said that's fine, but then you also have to work in NICU. And I was like, okay, that's if I have to, then Sawa. And then the NICU was still in an old building, so we had a room. My memory is as big as this, but it was really small, but not this small. No equipment, so then those 7 to 10 mothers were sitting there, and it was just full on evolution. The mothers and the babies were coming in, and they would either survive or not. So it was just luck. And with the help of Polish Medical Commission, we were really able to establish at first a protocol to get equipment. To go into this new building, get more space. So really everything that has improved to the NICU is, I think, is thanks to the Polish Medical Commission and Polish Aid.
I know that before coming to Tanzania, you learned Swahili.
To be honest, I didn't learn before. I learned it here. So
you learned it here.
Yeah,
okay.
We did a course for 3 weeks in Dar es Salaam, and then I freaked out for 2 months because after the course I still had no clue. And yes, it was very challenging, but most of it I learned here, just practicing.
Was it tough to learn? Because I know that from the ambassador of Poland in Tanzania that they have 70 greetings.
Yeah, the greetings are very important. Yes, I found it quite tough to learn. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for a pleasant talk, and I will just say something in Polish, if you don't mind. Okay. Mamy nadzieję, że rozmowa z dr Marijkę wszystkim się podobała. Żeby dowiedzieć się więcej o naszych projektach i o projekcie w Tanzanii, wystarczy wejść na stronę www.pmm.org.pl i wesprzeć nas. Bardzo dziękujemy. Cześć.